All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about the fracking technology that I've been alluding to and exactly what's involved and how it might be damaging. So let me get rid of myself here. So the technology is called fracking, and what we have is this rig on the surface that drills down to a gas-rich shale deposit, which is typically going to be this linear long deposit. And so it goes sideways at some point. Instead of drilling straight up and down, it starts to go sideways into this gas-rich shale. And in this area, we have these unconnected pore spaces that are filled with natural gas. And what they do is they, once this well turns horizontal, they pump more than 1 million gallons of water, sand, and other chemicals into this well hole, and they blast it at really high pressures in order to cause the shale to fracture. And you can see these little fissures that are formed in the shale rock. And that's supposed to create this connected pore space. So instead of having this unconnected pore space, now we have this connection of the pore space mostly through this fracturing process. So that's why it's called fracking, because you're actually fracturing the rock beneath us, allowing for the gas to, you know, flow into the main part of the well and then all the way up the well because it's volatile, right? It's lighter, so it's going to go all the way up, even though it's pumped full of water. And so they put sand into this. I'll show you a picture. They put sand into the fracking fluid. So here's a diagram showing the fracking fluid that's typically used. Most of it's water, but this large portion is sand, and then all these different chemicals for different reasons. Some are to help maintain the viscosity of the fluid and the temperature of it as well, so that it doesn't become flammable when it comes out of the well bore. And then the sand is actually used to keep the fissures or the fractures open. So these little sand grains will stick in there and keep them open in order to extract all that gas out. It takes several days for it to actually all the way come out. So we push all this water in, you continue pumping, increasing the pressure, breaking the rocks apart. And then once they're fractured the right amount, then that fluid is then sucked out and including the natural gas. Natural gas is stored, and the fluids are contained in these pools on the surface, these like wastewater pools. And you can see this one here, it's got this lining on it, but it's a fairly precarious lining. If there were a hole anywhere in this, then all that those chemicals would leach into the groundwater system, and this is a problem we'll talk about in a minute. So here's the process of water being acquired. You mix it with chemicals, push it into this well, cause fracking, it comes back out. We produce flowback and wastewater that gets stored, and then it's treated for disposal or disposed of as well. A lot of times people actually reuse it. Okay,